Hey, I'm Alexander Jasper J, and today I'm going to be talking to you about tattoos. Reason for that being, I've had that on the mind a lot lately. I've got a couple of tattoos recently. I've had it suggested to me a couple of times that I talk about my tattoos in a video, but I've never really done it because I'm not really done getting tattoos. But now I'm at like a good number. I say I have 11. But there's this one little one on my knee that just like, it doesn't really count. So like I do have 10, but I mean it's still a tattoo. It was supposed to be an X. Pain. It was a lot of pain right in the middle of a stick and poke, so I stopped and I tried touching it up, but I get a lot of pain in my legs, so I couldn't finish it. And now I just have a T there, which is kind of ironic. I don't know if I should start from like first to last or from head to toe, but I'm gonna do from head to toe because going in order like my tattoos don't make any sense in order, so there's no real sense in going in order. I guess the first tattoos I should be talking about then are my chest and shoulder tattoos because, you know, going from head to toe, and I don't have any on my head. This is a transition related tattoo. It is directly related to top surgery. I decided to get my Every Man Bears a Scar tattoo back in 2013 when I decided that I wanted top surgery. And it was because I was having a little bit of trouble accepting the fact that I was gonna have scars on my body for the rest of my life, and I just kind of came to the conclusion that every man has scars, every man bears his scars. Bears is in to carry, not as in to expose. Bears, like the animal bears, same spelling, not B-A-R-E-S, which a lot of people tried to correct me on. Nope, sorry. The reason we call him Stab Daddy should be fairly apparent. I actually got Stab Daddy as Friday the 13th flash art. I don't really think I need to justify Stab Daddy. Stab Daddy. I got Leon right before top surgery, and it is kind of a transition related tattoo. It is to remind me to be courageous, have pride, and that even the fiercest of creatures need naps. Leon serves as a reminder for self-care. Just take care of your damn self. Not what a lot of people get lion tattoos for, but lions are notorious nappers. Next is another piece of flash. It is a candle I got on Friday the 13th before Stab Daddy. And not the Friday the 13th before Stab Daddy actually, because I did not get consecutive Friday the 13th flash tattoos, even though I would love to get consecutive Friday the 13th flash tattoos. I was born on June 13th, and that's where that comes from. I don't have an obsession with Jason Voorhees. I just really, really like Friday the 13th, the date, because that was the one time my birthday was relevant to people. I wasn't popular in school. This one I got fairly recently as well, about 3 months ago, right after I was taken off of testosterone. It says liquid gold. It is a T-vial and syringe, very old-fashioned syringe, and the vial is breaking on the ground, and it has the date of the last shot I had before I was told that I would have to go off of testosterone. I'm back on T now. In case you don't follow my Instagram, that is a thing, and I don't regret commemorating the moment even though I am back on testosterone now, simply because it will always be a significant moment within my transition and within my life. Don't have any other way of putting that, but it was difficult, and it was something that I had to kind of push through. The armband I got around the 7-month on testosterone mark, and I got it to commemorate my first T date. And I say first T date because now I kind of feel like I have to, because I didn't know if I was going back on testosterone. It was a whole drama, but I'm back on you know that now. We're gonna talk about my fox tattoo, or my foxes tattoo. There's 2 foxes in it. There is a geometric fox with a galaxy kind of background in it, and then a realistic black and white fox with a pansy. Fun fact, I recently got hate on Instagram about this tattoo because actually, I don't know. They never clarified why they were hating. They just said not to go back to my artist anymore, and I love my artist. My artist has done work on me, has done work on my mother. Both of us love Nate. Like, he's a great guy, he's a great artist. With tattoos, like, my #1 rule is to only ever give constructive criticism, if you give criticism at all. Maybe if something can be covered up and it is offensive, suggest a cover up. If something's offensive, actually just roast them. But like, otherwise, constructive criticism, because that's on somebody's body forever. If you see something that isn't quite right on a tattoo, if you think they need a touch up and it can be touched up, then suggest a touch up. Say, hey, the ink looks a little blown out here, or it looks like you lost a little ink here. Maybe you can go to your artist and get that fixed. Fine, whatever, that's not a big deal. But if you just leave a vague comment about how much you hate somebody's tattoo, the fuck, bro? For this next part, I have to take off my pants. As you can imagine, I had a particularly hard time filming this portion of the video. I had to use a bin of my dog's toys to help prop up my legs at parts. So if I don't get the best framing of my tattoos, I do apologize. I tried my absolute best. The tattoo you're looking at right now is actually an injection map. I never got the opportunity to use it because now I do my injection in my stomach. I still do like it as a tattoo. I think it looks kind of cool. So this is my stick and poke. It says enough. I really like this one. When I got it, it caused a huge fight. Somebody that I used to know, they got really mad at me for getting a stick and poke because apparently that makes me really immature. I was just at a very rough point in my life. Tattoos have always helped me heal. So it says the word enough to remind me that I am. Right after I first got it, I heard the song Pugilist by Keaton Henson for the first time, and I kind of just broke down because there's a lyric in that song that just repeats, you're enough, you're enough, you're enough. And it's super emotional, super raw, and it just cut me. Now we're down to my last tattoo, which also happens to be my first tattoo. It is a treble clef on my calf. I was coming off a breakup, about 2 weeks fresh off a breakup, and a majority of my life I'd always just done music whenever I was sad or whatever, and that's what I wanted to put on me, was something that like to remind me to kind of cope with it. I don't know if that makes sense, but it did to me at the time. And at the time I was first getting tattooed, I had no idea about tattoo etiquette. It wasn't until somebody decided that they were gonna go ahead and copy my Everyman Bears a Scar tattoo that it really kind of started bugging me, and I looked into it and I realized, like, it's a thing. I always understood, like, don't steal artwork. I didn't understand necessarily the amount of theft that goes on within the whole tattoo industry and like how just widely accepted it is. And for that reason, when I went in for my first couple tattoos and I told my tattoo artist what I wanted and they went on Google Images, I didn't say shit. It wasn't even like tweaked so that it was different from the design, it was tweaked so that it would fit on my tiny ass body. I've since learned a little bit more, and I'm growing as a person, and it feels good. I'm planning on getting a lot more tattoos in the future because I like getting tattooed, but up until the point that I wind up going into a shop, most of my tattoo ideas are just vague concepts, which is the complete opposite of everybody I know. So whatever happens to appear on my skin in the future will appear on my skin in the future, and I'll share that with you, I guess. By the way, in case you haven't noticed, my channel name has changed. You can see that down there. It's gone from Xander Pander, which used to be Xander the Pander. Anyway, YouTube got mad at me for that, so it was just Xander Pander, and now, since I'm no longer 17, it's Alexander Jasper J. Because that's how I introduce myself at the beginning of all my videos, so why shouldn't that be what I'm called? Well, it is what I'm called, it's my name, but yeah. There's not really much else to say other than follow me on Instagram and Twitter if you want. I don't use Twitter that often. Instagram is my most often used social media. Follow me. That's all I gotta say. Bye! You could actually bring me either some use or some yachter.
Yachter.
Some yachter.
Yachter for the yachter.
Yachter for the yachter.